Hello everyone. Now 12th computer science important questions. When you are solving these questions, you can understand the logic and easily you can score very good marks in your board exams. So let us solve more important questions. So these are the 1 mark question. Find the invalid identifier from the following. We have already studied that identifiers cannot start with a numeric value. So here the C option is invalid. Rest it can start with the alphabet. Now these are not keywords. If it is keywords, then only for is a keyword, or only if is a keyword, else is a keyword. But if you use it together, you can make it an identifier. Identifiers can start with the underscore. So C will be your option. Given the list L, now a list is given. Write the output of print -1 to -6 and step is -2. So -1 means from last we will start. So the answer will be -2, and step is -2 means it will skip one character, one element. So the next element will be 3. Then it will skip this element and the next element will be 23. So the answer will be, you can see the answers here, -2, 3 and 23. Clear? Next, what will be the result of x equals to 2 to the power 3 to the power 2? Now to the power is executed from right to left. So first 3 to the power 2, 3 to the 9, and then 2 to the power 9 will be executed. So the answer is 512. Identify the valid operators in Python from the following. Now here the operators, now this is a relational operator, then so all these three are valid, plus is not valid. So in valid you can write all the three. Next, suppose a dictionary D is declared as this. Which of the following is incorrect? Now you can print dictionary D1, nothing it will print, none. Then D11 will be 19 value it will print, and you can change the value of dictionary. So value of dictionary is mutable, so you can change it. Dictionary of tuple you can use in a key, but list you cannot use. So here D of this C is incorrect. So you will write here C is incorrect, and in a key you can use tuple. Now next is write a statement in Python to declare a list of tuples L with values. Now tuple means list of tuples. So in a list these tuples will be there. So L equals to, first you will create a list using a square bracket, and inside the square bracket the tuples which is given with comma separated. Now here you can see the answer. Here the answer is L equals to, in square bracket, all the three tuples comma separated can be written. Next, a tuple is declared as t equals to this. What will be the value of t dot count 8? Now here, when you are counting here, single, it will count only this one. So here it will print only 1. Because this is a tuple inside a tuple and you are counting only an element, so only 1 will be printed. Name the built-in function method to convert the string hello to a list. Now here, how to convert any string to a list using list function. So we will write list, in bracket we will write hello. You can see here the answer. This is your answer. So when you will write here list and then hello, it will convert hello to a list. Next is name the chat protocol which must have registered user IDs. Now here the different protocols we have studied. So here you can see the chat protocol is XMPP, Extensible Messaging and Presence Protocol. So this protocol you have to write, which is also a chat protocol. Next, what is firewall? Firewall you have already studied, combination of hardware and software, which provides unauthorized, protects us from unauthorized access in internet. So here, what is firewall? Firewall is a network security device that monitors incoming and outgoing network traffic and permits or blocks data packets based on a set of security rules. What you have studied, that also you can write, that it is the hardware and software combination which protects us from unauthorized access in internet. Next, dash clause is used in conjunction with select statement to eliminate duplicate values in a column. Now, when you are showing the value and to avoid or eliminate duplicacy, we use distinct keyword or clause. So here the answer will be distinct clause is used in conjunction. So here in fill in the blanks, you will write here distinct. Next, what is the use of having clause with group by? After grouping, having is used for checking any condition. So having clause places conditions on groups created by the group by clause. The having clause is used instead of where with aggregate function. So when you are grouping and then you are applying any condition, we will use having clause, and using having clause we can use the aggregate functions also. Give the name of one single row function in SQL. Now all the single row functions, the string, the numeric, all the single row functions you have done. So the numeric function you can list like round, truncate, or the string functions, date functions. So any one you have to write. So you can see here upper, lower, concate, length, or any other string function, any other function, row function it is. So it can be a string function, date function, or numeric function. Next, which of the following is not a DML commands? We have already studied that DML commands are insert, update, delete, and select. So which is not a DML command is drop. So the answer will be drop. Name the transmission media best suited for high-speed data communication. Now, for high-speed and transmission media, guided media will be your optical fiber cable, will be your guided media or transmission media for high-speed data transfer. Next, identify the valid declaration of list or of L. So here you can see L is declared and inside L tuples are used. So it is list of tuples. So answer will be, it is a list containing tuples, that is list of tuples. Next, if the following code is executed, what will be the output of the following code? Now here you can see this is CS examination, it is a string, and if you use split it will be converted into a list with words, each words. In string we have already seen how to access a word. Individual words if you want to print separately, then we are writing here. First we are writing s.split, and then using a for loop if you write it, then it will be printed vertically, and directly if you write it, then it will be printed inside a list. So here you can see what it will print inside a list. It will print like this. This is CS examination. Each string, each word separated in a list. Next, which command is used to select a database DB from a list of existing databases? Now, to change the database or select a database, we use use. So here we will use, and the database name is given as DB. So use DB is used to select a database or change a database. Next, what is the full form of SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol? So here the full forms you have studied these, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Next, which of the following types of table constraints will prevent the entry of duplicate rows? Now, duplicate rows, if you want to prevent, normally while creating the table, we are using primary key, and it prevents the user to enter duplicate values. So here the answer is primary key. Next, rearrange the following terms in increasing order of data transfer rates. Now, the increasing order from smaller to higher. So here first will be your kilobits per second. Then you will write here 200 Mbps, then 2024 Mbps, and finally 2 Gbps. Gigabytes is greater than megabytes. Here actually it will be capital B, I think so. Alright. So giga is more than mega and 200 is less than 2024. So the answer will be 40 kbps, then 200 Mbps, then 2024, and then 2 Gbps. Next, section 2. Now these are the case studies given. Now in this, after going through the case study, so here name of the database is store, name of the table is client, and the column names are client ID, client name, city, and PID. Identify the attribute best suitable to be declared as primary key. The first one, this we already know, which contains unique and not null values. So client name, client is the table name, and CID is client ID. So the primary key will be CID. Next, write the degree and cardinality of the table client. Degree is total number of columns. So 4 columns you can see, and cardinality is total number of rows. So 5 rows you can see. So degree will be 4 and cardinality will be 5 here. Clear? So degree is 4 and cardinality is 5. Next, we have to insert only in 3 columns these values which are given. So while inserting, we will write insert into table name. Since only in 3 columns we have to insert, in bracket we will write the 3 column names, then values, and the values which is given in bracket with the semicolon. The string is always in double quotes or single quotes. So here the column names, if you don't mention the column names, then what will happen? In PID it will put null values. So we will mention the column name since it is given in the question. Next, Amit wants to remove the table client from the database store. Which command will he use from the following? Now drop table client will remove the table client. So here the answer will be drop table client. Next, now Amit wants to display the structure of the client, table client, that is the name of the attributes, their respective data types, and that he has used in the table. Write the query to display the same. We have already studied to display the structure we use either DESC table name or describe table name. So both you can write, that is, or either of these you can write describe client semicolon, or you can write DESC client semicolon. Next question is 23, CSV, fill in the blanks. Now here the CSV program is given to you, and the first line is always import CSV. Then line 2, it will be given in this questions only, that name the module he should import in line 1. So answer will be CSV. In which mode Ranjan should open the file to add data into the file? So here append mode, so A you have to write. Fill in the blanks in line 3 to read the data from a CSV file. We already know reader is the function or module to read from a CSV file. Fill in the blanks in line 4 to close the file. To close the file we use close. So here you can see the answers. All the answers are given here. So close we will use to close the file. Write the output he will obtain while executing line 5. So here line 5 means read CSV files. These three datas will be entered. So you can see here first data, second data, and the third data. So here when it will add in append mode. In a new file it will add. So first, second, and third. So all three you have to print. First you will write Arjun this, then second, and then the third, because this is calling read CSV file, it is calling, and before that we are adding the three. So all this three. So we were solving the pre-board question paper, or you can say the sample question paper for board exam. Now here you can see the next part B we are going to start. Part A is in the previous video. Link I will give you in the description. So here part B is descriptive, in which we are having three sections. Section 1, 10 questions of 2 marks, that is 20 marks. Section 2 will be 3 marks question, 4 questions. And section 3 will be 5 marks question. So 3 question, 5 marks. So let us start. Now question number 24 will be evaluate the following expression. 2 expressions will be given to you which you have to evaluate. Now here the first one, 24 and false, or 32, and actually it should be 0 because empty quotes here they have assumed as 0 only. That's why they have given the answer as empty quotes, because while running you will see in some version it is showing error message. You can use print command, run this code and see the output. So 24 and false will be false, false or 32 will be 32, and 32 and 0 will be false. So here the answer should be false only. Now next is 2 ABC 45 and 2 ABD 62. So here ABC is greater than ABD, false. 45 is greater than 62, false. So this will be false. So here you can see the output is false. Next, differentiate between viruses and worms. Viruses require active host programs and it deletes our main important files, whereas worms are standalone malicious programs which can self-replicate. So you all have written this answer. Virus is a piece of code that attacks legitimate program. Worms is a malicious program that spread automatically. Virus modifies the code. Worms does not modifies the code. Virus does not replicate, correct. Worms replicate, correct. Then next, virus can infect other files. Worm does not infect other files. It will fill the memory, that is it will replicate and it will fill the memory. Clear? So answer is correct. So the 2 marks, it is of 2 marks. So here you can see the answer as given in this paper. Viruses require an active host program or an already infected and active operating system in order for virus to run, cause damage and infect other executable files or documents. Worms are standalone malicious programs that can self-replicate. So here it requires active host program. उसको एक host program चाहिए जिसमें छुप के आता है, और worms जो है वो डायरेक्टली अकेले आता है. Worms self replicate, मल्टीप्लाई होकर रेप्लिकेट कॉपी पेस्ट करके मेमोरी फुल दिखा देता है, और वायरस इंपॉर्टेंट एग्जीक्यूटेबल फाइल्स को डिलीट कर देता है, बूटेबल फाइल्स, एग्जीक्यूटेबल फाइल्स, और रुकावटें क्रिएट करता है. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट इज डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन स्टैटिक एंड डायनामिक वेब पेजेस. स्टैटिक मतलब फिक्स, डायनामिक मतलब रन टाइम. तो जो सेम वेब पेज वेबसाइट का पेज रहता है जो चेंज नहीं होता है वो स्टैटिक होता है, और डायनामिक में जैसे कोई कॉलेज का फॉर्म आया है, हम लोग फॉर्म भर रहे हैं, ये डायनामिक चेंजेस इसमें एक्सेप्ट होता है. सो स्टैटिक वेब पेजेस आर वन that are fixed and display the same content for every user, usually written exclusively in HTML. A dynamic web page, on the other hand, is one that can display different content and provide user interaction by making use of advanced programming and databases in addition to HTML. ठीक है, इसमें चेंजेस अलाउ करता है, डायनामिक में, स्टैटिक में चेंजेस अलाउ नहीं करता है, फिक्स रहता है. नेक्स्ट इसका सेकेंड पार्ट था राइट एनी टू पॉपुलर वेब ब्राउजर्स. जो भी तुम लोग वेब ब्राउज़र यूज़ कर रहे हो उसका नाम लिख सकते हो. इसमें गूगल क्रोम, मोजिला फायरफॉक्स, इंटरनेट एक्सप्लोरर दिया हुआ है. Now next question is expand the following terms. So full forms they have asked you. तो 4 full form दिया हुआ है. HTTP is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Answer also you know. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. POP is Post Office Protocol. GPRS is General Packet Radio Service. And VoIP is Voice over Internet Protocol. तो एक पेज में सारे full forms को लिख लोगे, ये full forms आएंगे ही. Next question is differentiate between actual parameter and formal parameters with a suitable example for each. Actual पता ही है, function call जब हम करते हैं उसके parenthesis में जो डालते हैं वो actual होता है, और function के header में जो value को लेता है वो formal होता है. तो यहाँ पे answer already given. The list of identifiers used in a function call is called actual parameter, whereas the list of parameters used in the function definition is called formal parameter. function header होना चाहिए. definition में हम उसको इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, यूज़ कर रहे हैं, लेकिन actually में function header होना चाहिए. actual parameter may be value, variable और expression. फॉर्मल पैरामीटर इज़ एन आइडेंटिफायर. ठीक है, जो एक्चुअल पैरामीटर होता है वो कोई वैल्यू हो सकता है, कोई वेरिएबल हो सकता है, या फिर कोई एक्सप्रेशन हो सकता है, और फॉर्मल पैरामीटर जो होता है वो आइडेंटिफायर्स होते हैं. और इसके एग्जाम्पल के लिए हम उसको एक फंक्शन लिखेंगे. फंक्शन के हेडर में साइट दिया हुआ है, तो ये साइट क्या हो गया, फॉर्मल पैरामीटर. और जब हम कॉल करेंगे उसको, एरिया को, तब उसके ब्रैकेट में जो रहेगा वो होगा एक्चुअल पैरामीटर. तो इसका आंसर ऑलरेडी, so this is your answer. It is used in function header statement, formals, correct. It is used in function call statement. It is used to receive the values that are placed to the function through function call. सही है. They are actual values. These are passed to the function definition on through the function call. Definition through the function call. Function call करके हम पास करते हैं actual values को. Next is they are treated as local variables of the function in which they are used in the function header. They may be constant values, variables, expressions, कुछ भी हो सकता है. फिर उसके एग्जाम्पल जब हम डेफ करके लिखते हैं तो उसके पैरेंथेसिस में जो है वो क्या है, वो फॉर्मल पैरामीटर हो गया, और जब हम कॉल करेंगे ऐड करके तब ब्रैकेट में जो लिखेंगे वो हो जाएगा एक्चुअल पैरामीटर. सो योर आंसर इज करेक्ट. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज explain the use of global keyword in a function with the help of a suitable example. global keyword हम लोग यूज़ करके किसी भी फंक्शन के अंदर किसी भी वेरिएबल को ग्लोबल बना सकते हैं. नॉर्मली ग्लोबल वेरिएबल्स आर द वेरिएबल्स विच आर डिक्लेयर्ड आउटसाइड द functions, outside any block. So here in Python, global keyword allows the programmer to modify the variable outside the current scope. It is used to create a global variable and make changes to the variable in local context. A variable declared inside a function is by default local and a variable declared outside the function is global. ये तो पता ही है, हम लोग जब बाहर लिखते थे वो ग्लोबल होता था by default, और जब अंदर फंक्शन के लिखते थे वो लोकल होता था. हाँ, लेकिन हम ग्लोबल कीवर्ड यूज़ करके हम किसी भी वेरिएबल को ग्लोबल बना सकते हैं. अब बाहर जब प्रिंट कराएंगे तो यहाँ पे ग्लोबल सी लिखा हुआ है, उसका मतलब ये सी को प्रिंट करेगा. तो 10 था पहले, 10 + 2 के 12 हो गया. अब बाहर आके जब हमने कॉल कर लिया है ऐड को तो ये ग्लोबल वाला वैल्यू लेगा. तो अब यहाँ बाहर आने के बाद वो अगर प्रिंट कराते यहाँ पे तो 12 प्रिंट होता, लेकिन यहाँ पे इन्होंने फिर से वैल्यू को चेंज कर दिया है, फिर प्रिंट कराया है, तो इसीलिए यहाँ लास्ट में 15 प्रिंट होगा. तो तो ग्लोबल कीवर्ड से हम किसी भी ब्लॉक के अंदर, फंक्शन के अंदर हम किसी भी वेरिएबल को हम ग्लोबल बना सकते हैं। बाकी बाय डिफॉल्ट तो पता ही है कि बाहर जब हम लिखते हैं वो ग्लोबल वेरिएबल हो जाता है। नेक्स्ट इज रीराइट द फॉलोइंग कोड इन पाइथन। इसमें तुम लोग के आंसर्स चेक करते जाओ सही है कि नहीं। यस, सो दीज आर द करेक्शंस। कोलन मिसिंग था, इसमें देख लो प्रोग्राम में क्या क्या एरर है। कोलन मिसिंग था फॉर ब्लॉक का, फिर यहाँ इंडेंट होगा, यहाँ पे रेंज का स्पेलिंग गलत दिया हुआ है, कोलन मिसिंग है, बाकी जे स्मॉल लेटर होगा। तो इसके आंसर्स को कैसे लिखना है, ऐसे अंडरलाइन करके लिखना है जो भी करेक्शंस हो रहे हैं। तो यहाँ कोलन, रेंज, इंडेंटेशन, कोलन एंड लास्ट में जे स्मॉल लेटर होगा। क्लियर? Now next is observe the following program and answer the questions that follow. यहाँ random का दिया हुआ है प्रोग्राम। What is the minimum and maximum number of times the loop will be executed? loop कितनी बार रन होगा? 1 से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, एंड वैल्यू 4 मतलब 3 में आके रुकेगा, तो 1 2 3 3 टाइम्स। सो आंसर में लिखोगे 3 टाइम्स। ठीक है, यहाँ पे ए का ऑप्शन दिख रहा है तुमको, आंसर में 3 लिखा हुआ है। नेक्स्ट इसमें 4 आउटपुट ऑप्शंस दिए हुए हैं, एंड विच लाइन ऑफ आउटपुट्स विल नॉट बी एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम द प्रोग्राम। एरर, नॉट बी एक्सपेक्टेड, एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं लिखा है, नॉट बी एक्सपेक्टेड दिया है। तो इसमें हम लोग जो ले रहे हैं, रेंज ले रहे हैं हम लोग 0 1 प्लस करके 1 2 1 2 मीन्स चेन्नई कोलकाता का कॉम्बिनेशन है। उसके अलावा अगर कोई दिया हुआ है तो वो सब नॉट में आएगा। तो फर्स्ट वाले में दिल्ली आ गया है तो ये गलत हो गया है। थर्ड ऑप्शन में कोलकाता, बॉम्बे, बैंगलोर, ये गलत हो गया। बाकी ये चेन्नई कोलकाता सेकंड और फोर्थ करेक्ट है, लेकिन इसमें नॉट दिया हुआ था तो आंसर में फर्स्ट और थर्ड लिखोगे, क्योंकि फर्स्ट वाले में यहाँ पे ध्यान से देखो, यहाँ पे हमने रैंड रेंज में 0 और 1 लिया है, प्लस 1 करोगे तो 1 और 2 हो जाएगा। 1 और 2 का कॉम्बिनेशन, मतलब यहाँ पे सिटी में फर्स्ट तो 0 होता है, तो फर्स्ट को हमको लेना नहीं है, खाली हमको कहाँ से लेना है, हमको खाली 1 और 2 का कॉम्बिनेशन लेना है, मतलब चेन्नई और कोलकाता का कॉम्बिनेशन। तो चेन्नई और कोलकाता का कॉम्बिनेशन खाली 2 और 4 में दिया हुआ है, बाकी यहाँ दिल्ली दिया है, यहाँ बॉम्बे दिया है, बैंगलोर दिया है, तो ये गलत हो गया 1 और 3। और क्वेश्चन में पूछा है नॉट बी एक्सपेक्टेड, तो आंसर क्या लिखोगे? 1 and 3 ऑप्शन इज नॉट एक्सपेक्टेड। ठीक है, चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है? व्हाट डू यू अंडरस्टैंड बाय फॉरेन की? फॉरेन की इज अ सेट ऑफ एट्रीब्यूट इन अ टेबल दैट is the primary key of the foreign table. Of the second table, it is used to join the two table. So these two answers you have to write. Foreign key links two tables. Foreign key is a set of attributes in a table that refers to the primary key of the second table of another table, and foreign key links these two table is used to join the two table. तो एग्जाम्पल जब पूछा जाएगा तो यहाँ पे जैसे एमपाईडी में इन्होंने EID, ई नेम, सैलरी एंड डिपार्टमेंट ID, DID, डिपार्टमेंट सेकेंड टेबल जो अनदर टेबल है, नेक्स्ट टेबल, उसका DID हमेशा प्राइमरी की जो है इसमें लिखा ही हुआ है कि वो प्राइमरी की ऑफ द सेकेंड टेबल। तो यहाँ का आंसर क्या होगा? DID इज द फॉरेन की ऑफ द फर्स्ट टेबल। एम्प टेबल से जोड़ रहा है तो DID इज द foreign key of emp table. Clear? Next is give an example of fetch all method to fetch and display a table. fetch all से हम क्या करते हैं? सारे रिकॉर्ड्स को fetch करते हैं। सपोज हमको select query से काम करना है, कोई भी प्रोग्राम जो लिखना है, तो हम क्या करेंगे? fetch all से हम fetch all is a method which fetches all rows of a query result and returns a list of tuples. तो ये एग्जाम्पल दिया हुआ है। इसमें fetch all जब हम करेंगे तो पूरे रिकॉर्ड्स जो है वो डेटा के पास आ जाएगा, फिर एक एक रिकॉर्ड को हम उठा के प्रिंट करेंगे। क्लियर? सो दिस इज करेक्ट। नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज क्लासिफाई द फॉलोइंग एज DDL एंड DML कमांड्स। इसमें कौन सा DDL है, कौन सा DML कमांड है, तो ये पता ही है तुमको कि DDL कमांड्स 3 हमने पढ़े हैं, क्रिएट, ऑल्टर, ड्रॉप। तो यहाँ से ऑल्टर और ड्रॉप को DDL बना दोगे। और 4 DML पढ़े हैं हम, सिलेक्ट, इंसर्ट, अपडेट, डिलीट। तो अपडेट और इंसर्ट को हम DML लिखेंगे, तो अपडेट इंसर्ट DML हो जाएगा और ऑल्टर एंड ड्रॉप DDL हो जाएगा। Yes, next question is for the output. So here, find and write the output of the following Python code. A string will be given to you. यहाँ पे string दिया है fun@python 3.0 और उस string को एक एक यहाँ string हमने पास कराया है, एक empty string create किया है। अब इसमें हमको 1 से लेके len of string तक लेना है। अगर इज अपर है तो उसका प्रीवियस कैरेक्टर लोअर बन के आ जाएगा, अगर लोअर है, स्मॉल लेटर है, तो उसका नेक्स्ट कैरेक्टर अपर बन के आ जाएगा। और अगर कैरेक्टर्स नहीं है, इज अपर इज लोअर मतलब अल्फ़ाबेट्स नहीं है, कुछ और है, तो उसका पोजीशन इंडेक्स पोजीशन देखेंगे। अगर 2 से डिविजिबल है इंडेक्स पोजीशन, इवन पोजीशन है, तो फिर उसमें भी पिछला कैरेक्टर स्ट्रिंग ऑफ i-1 आ जाएगा। और नहीं तो अगर ऑड पोजीशन है तो हैश आ जाएगा। तो यहाँ पे हम fun@python को लिख लेंगे। इसको सॉल्व करने के लिए हम यहाँ पे कुछ कॉपीज देख लेते हैं कैसे सॉल्व हो रहा है। नाउ इन दिस कॉपी यू कैन सी, यस, फर्स्ट टाइम जब लूप चल रहा है तो हमने यहाँ 1 से शुरू किया, 1 मतलब हमने यू से शुरू किया। तो उसमें दिया हुआ था कि अगर स्मॉल लेटर है तो नेक्स्ट कैरेक्टर कैपिटल बन के आ जाएगा, तो कैपिटल एन आ जाएगा। ये हमने वो स्ट्रिंग वेरिएबल, सेकंड स्ट्रिंग वेरिएबल को दे दिया। उसके बाद जब हमने एन लिया, एन भी स्मॉल लेटर है, तो एन स्मॉल लेटर का नेक्स्ट कैरेक्टर आ जाएगा, तो @ आ जाएगा। इसके बाद हम जब @ पे आ गए तो उसमें लिखा हुआ था कि अगर अल्फ़ाबेट स्मॉल कैपिटल नहीं है तो फिर उसका पोजीशन देखना। अब इसमें 0 1 2 3 ऑड में हैश आ रहा था प्रोग्राम में। ये जो प्रोग्राम था, तो प्रोग्राम में अगर कैपिटल है तो उसका प्रीवियस कैरेक्टर स्मॉल बन के, अगर स्मॉल लेटर है तो उसका नेक्स्ट कैरेक्टर कैपिटल अपर केस में आ रहा था। और अगर अल्फ़ाबेट्स नहीं है तो उसका पोजीशन, अगर इवन है तो उसका प्रीवियस, ऑड है तो नेक्स्ट। इसलिए अभी इसमें थर्ड जो कैरेक्टर आ रहा है वो हैश आ रहा है, ठीक है। तो थर्ड कैरेक्टर हमारा हैश आ रहा है। फोर्थ कैरेक्टर जो है वो पी, कैपिटल पी है। तो कैपिटल पी में हमको क्या करना है कि हमको उसका प्रीवियस कैरेक्टर देखना है, तो @ आ जाएगा। नेक्स्ट इसमें है स्मॉल, तो y स्मॉल है तो उसका नेक्स्ट कैरेक्टर कैपिटल बन के, तो t कैपिटल बन के आ जाएगा। t में h कैपिटल बन के आ जाएगा, h में o, तो जितने स्मॉल लेटर्स से उसका नेक्स्ट आ जा रहा है। तो यहाँ पे o में n आ जाएगा। अब जब n आ जाएगा तो उसके बाद 3 आ जाएगा। नेक्स्ट जब हम 3 में आएंगे तो 3 एक डिजिट है, तो अब उसका पोजीशन देखेंगे हम। तो 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10। 10 का मतलब क्या है कि उसका प्रीवियस कैरेक्टर आ जाएगा। प्रीवियस में n लिखा हुआ है। इसको एक बॉक्स बना के, अगर ब्लॉक बना के कर लोगे तो ज़्यादा इजी रहेगा, ठीक है। तो ठीक है, ये वाला सोल्यूशन भी ठीक है। तो इसका आंसर तुम्हारा ये आ गया है, एक बार चेक कर लो इस आंसर को। नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, सो सेक्शन 1 खत्म हो गया है। इसमें 2 मार्क्स के 10 क्वेश्चंस थे। अब सेक्शन 2 हम लोग शुरू करने जा रहे हैं, जिसमें 3 मार्क्स के 4 क्वेश्चंस होंगे। तो सेक्शन 2 पार्ट बी डिस्क्रिप्टिव है। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है, राइट अ फंक्शन लिस्ट सम, आर्ग्यूमेंट यहाँ L है, that accepts a list L and finds the summation of all the even elements in it and returns the summation। सम करके रिटर्न करना है, खाली इवन एलिमेंट्स को चेक करना है और उसको सम वेरिएबल में। तो यहाँ फंक्शन लिखना है, फंक्शन के लिए हम डेफ लिखेंगे। फंक्शन का नाम और आर्ग्यूमेंट दिया हुआ है, तो डेफ लिस्ट सम L कोलन, थोड़ा सा इंडेंट करके एक सम वेरिएबल ले लेंगे, s या सम इक्वल्स टू 0। अब एक एक एलिमेंट को उठाना है, उसके लिए फॉर I इन L करेंगे। सो one element I will collect from L. So first element it will collect. if करके चेक करेंगे, if I%2 double equals to 0, अगर वो even है, so that value will be given to S. So S equals to S plus I. क्लियर? तो ये फॉर लूप कितने बार चलेगा? एज मेनी L लिस्ट इज हैविंग द एलिमेंट। सपोज लिस्ट में अगर 1 2 3 4 5 है तो ये 5 बार ये लूप चलेगा। पहले 1 उठा के चेक करेगा, अगर 2 से डिविजिबल है, नहीं है तो नहीं देगा, अगर होगा तो वो दे देगा, और फाइनली रिटर्न सम। So these questions are of 3 marks. Next question is write a function, find lines in Python that prints those lines which start with capital T or small t. तो हमको पूरे लाइन्स को उठा लेना है रीड लाइन्स करके, उसके बाद एक एक लाइन फॉर लूप से हम चेक करेंगे। तो यहाँ पे ये दिस इज अ फंक्शन, सो डेफ we will write the name of the function is find lines, then colon, block will start. Now to open a file, here in read mode we have to open the f equals to open story.txt. Now by default it is read mode, so even if you don't write then also correct, but if you write here read mode like this, if you write it then also this is correct. Clear? So this is also correct. Now next is read mode, you have open the file. After that you will use f.read lines. All the lines will be stored in as the one line we will collect using for loop, and then we will check here if I first character means index position, I is having each line one line in which the first character means I of 0. If it is capital T or small t, then we will print I. So this was given in this. Now next question is write a function, find frequency, that will find the frequency of each word in the text file. So one word we will take and we will check the occurrence of that and frequency. So here find def find frequency, we will open the file obviously in read mode, and then for reading the words we are using read and then split. So this we have already learned. So here one dictionary, empty dictionary you have created, and then f.read will read all the complete text, and then s.split will split into words. Now L is having all the words, one by one word we will take, and then we will check here word equals to lower of I, we have stored in lowercase, and then we are checking it. If word in d dot keys, if it is already present, then we will keep on adding in that, else d dot word equals to 1. That word we will write here, and it will first one it will take as 1, and if it is already present in the dictionary already, like this we have first this when we will get, we will make it 1, and second this means it already exists in dictionary, so it will keep on adding in that values, and finally we will print it. Clear? Now next question is write the output of the SQL queries. So here you can see table is given here, one staff table and one pay matrix table, and these are your queries. So select, so output you have to write designation count star from staff group by designation. So group designation, and then you will count how many designations are there. Here you can see clerk you will write, 2 clerk are there, so you can see the answer also, clerk 2, then HR you will write 2, and then admin 1. So grouping as per designation. Next question is display maximum date of joining, minimum date of birth from staff group by P level. So here grouping you have to do as per P level, and then you have to display. So here you can see P level means pay matrix level. So here group by we will do, and then minimum date of joining and maximum date of joining and minimum date of birth. So from here all the two will be together, and in that which is the maximum date of joining. So these are your answers. These are your answers. You can check from here. So you will write the maximum date of joining and minimum date of birth. Now next one is select name pay plus allowance as total pay from staff natural join pay matrix. So here you are joining the two and you are displaying the name and the pay plus allowance. So here you can see all the names has been displayed, and here you can see the payment along with the allowances it has displayed here. Now next question is, write a function in Python push where R is a list of numbers. From this list, push all numbers divisible by 5 into a stack implemented by using a list. Display the stack if it has at least one element, otherwise display appropriate error message. So in this we will simply write a function. So def we will use, and then the name they have given push. R you have to pass, don't write here value, it is not required. And then we will create a list S, and we will take each element, and if it is divisible by 5, you can see you have used a for loop here, and for taking each element the name here is R and X is the index value. %5 means if the element is divisible by 5, we are giving to the list S. So S dot append, we will add the elements to list L. At the end, if len of S is empty, 0, it is empty stack, otherwise this else will be outside, otherwise it will printing S. Next question is, write a function in Python popper where R is a stack implemented by a list of numbers. The function returns the value deleted from the stack. So here def pop stack. Now here you can see the name they have given pop R in question paper. So you have to write here only pop and in bracket R. Then we will check here if len of R, if it is equals to 0, then we will print underflow. Otherwise else you know how to pop it. So we will take a value. Suppose I have taken here, like they have taken here L, and like this they have done. Directly you can take a variable X equals to R dot pop all, automatically it will take the last element. They have taken here L minus 1. Even if you don't write anything, only you write here X equals to R dot pop, automatically parenthesis, if it is empty, argument is not passed, then also it by default deletes the last element only, and then you can print the element which is to be deleted is X. Clear? Now here function returns the value deleted, so here you will write return S which you have stored. Here they have taken val, so they will write at the end return val. Clear? Now section 3 is your 5 marks question, in which 5 questions from each networking, SQL and your binary or CSV will be asked. So here you can see already we have done these case studies. 4 wings are given, distance is given to you, and the questions are given here, 5 questions. First question is, suggest a most suitable cable layout for the above connection. Now you can see here we normally use bus connection, so here we can write here bus layout, and in this the shortest distance we will see. So W2 to W4 is 25 meters, then W1 to W3 is 50 meters, and the next one is W1 to W2. So here we will write W3 to W1 50 meters, W1 to W2 60 meters, and W2 to W4 is 25 meters. So distance also you best mention here. So here the minimum distance we will take from here. So this will be 50 meters, this will be 60, and this will be 25. So minimum we have taken. No need for repeaters as none of the distance is more than 100. So we will write here no repeaters afterwards if it is asked. And server normally is placed in W1 wing as it contains maximum number of computers, 150. Now next is suggest the most appropriate topology. Best topology is star topology. So always you might have seen that everywhere we are using star topology, in which the wings with maximum number of computers becomes a server and all the others are client. Now next question is, the company wants internet accessibility in all the wings. Suggest a suitable technology. Now for internet accessibility, broadband Here they have given the answer as broadband, so normally we are using broadband here. Next, suggest the placement of the following devices with justification if the company wants minimized network traffic. So repeater, hub, switch. Now here you can see repeaters are used in the wings in where the distance between the wings is greater than 100 meters. So between the wings we have to put the repeater. So here in this diagram, this distance between the wings we are putting the repeater, but none of the wings distance was more than 100 in this layout, bus layout. So here we will write not required, as the distance is not greater than 100. All the distance is less than 100 meter, so it is not required between any wings. The second part was hub and switch, as all the wings has more than one computers to connect with each other. So we require hub and switch in hub or switch in all the wings. So the first A part will be not required and B part will be in all wings. In every wing hub and switch is required. Next, the company is planning to link its head office situated in Delhi with the offices in hilly areas. So for hilly areas already we have done this. Radio waves will be the answer. So answer is radio waves. Now next is your SQL query. If you are having doubt anywhere, you can pause it, you can see the question, solve it in your copy, and then check with these answers. Clear? It is not necessary that all the answers will be correct. So better is you solve it, pause the video, solve all the questions, and then you check with these answers. Now two tables are given to you. Question is display CNAME, CDate and amount of all the couriers in decreasing order of amount. So here select CNAME, CDate and amount from, now the table name you can see here, whatever courier is the table name. So from courier, now in decreasing order, so what you will write here, order by, then yes, now you see here what is the answer. Select CNAME, CDate, amount from courier, order by amount, DESC, semicolon. So whenever it is in decreasing order, you have to write here, after the column name, you have to write here DESC. Some students have written DESC before the column name. So it should be order by, column name is amount, and then you have to write DESC. Clear? Now next question is, display C number amount from the table courier having C date between this and this. Now two dates are given to you. So directly you will write here, select C number amount from courier where C date between. Now the date should be in single quotes. Some students have not used this single quotes. You can see between this date and this date. So it should be in single quotes. Now next question, display CNAME and their corresponding destination city. So this, if join is to be used, then you have to use the foreign key to join the two table. So here CNAME, select CNAME city from courier, C destination D. So here join is there. Now how to join the two table, you can see here in this table C code is there, here D code is written. The courier dot C code equals to destination dot D code, or if you are giving alias name like it is given here, courier C and destination D, then you can easily write C dot C code equals to D dot D code. Clear? So this is joining of two table. Now next question is, display the total amount of orders for each city code. Wherever each word is used, group by you have to write, and total amount of orders is to be written. So here you have to write, select C code some amount from, the table name is courier, group by C code. Clear? So total amount means some amount from courier and group by, because each word is used, each city code. So group by you will write. Increase the amount by 10% for C code equals to 4. Now increase, decrease means update command you have to use. What is the syntax of update command? Update table name, set amount equals to amount plus, now 10% you have to increase, so amount plus amount into 0.1, where condition is C code equals to 4. Clear? Now the last question of your question paper is, by default they are giving a binary file question. Now in this you can see OR will be there. So binary file stu.dat has structured this. Write a user defined function, create file to input data for a record and add to stu data. So this was given in the previous sample paper also. Here we will use def create file. We will ask the user to give all the datas. We'll open the file in append mode. Here you can see, since it is binary, we have written here AB. So file F equals to open in bracket the name of the file stu.dat, comma AB is in append in binary mode. Then we will take all the inputs. So here the serial number, student name, student number, student name, roll, and they have given here price. You can give any data here because I don't think any data was given here. Class was given, sorry. So here class was given, so you should write here class. This is typing mistake. So here it should be student number, student name, role and class. You will ask the user to enter, and then you will create a list in which, so record is the name of the list they have given. In square bracket you will write all the variables. Now this is used to write in the file. So pickle.dump, the record you are writing in the file. So whatever identifier you have used here, comma file object. Now f object file object dot close you will write. So this is over. Now the next part of the question is, write a function counts to CLS in Python which accepts the class name as parameter and count and return the number of students in that class from the binary file stu.dat. So it will simply take the class from the user and it will count how many students are there in that class. So we will open in read binary mode. So first you will write def, the name of the function is given here with the argument. Then file object equals to student, stu.dat you will open in read binary mode. Variable you will take num equals to 0. Normally we use here try and except, otherwise end of file error it will show. While true, then you indent and write here. Now one by one record you have to read. For that we will write here rec record. For record storing we have used rec. Pickle.load one by one. Then we will check here if 0, 1, 2, 3 class we are checking. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3. So if rec 3 double equals to class, if it matches with the class, then num equals to num plus 1. So it is adding the number of students of that class. And finally outside we will write here return num. So it will come out and it will write here return num. Now here the second part of OR was given. Here a CSV file was given. Normally in board sample question paper the binary file was only given. So whatever will be given, almost process is same. In CSV file you have to write import CSV def, the function name is given here. If it is given you will write the same function name like show books is given here. Then you will open the file CSV file in read mode, and we are using new line so that it does not show that square brackets new line, otherwise it will show the and the output the square brackets. Next csv.reader, it will read and then one by one you will take. So for r in r object, and you will check here, since it is to be converted into integer int of i3, if it is greater than 275. Actually it was given here whose price is above 275. So we are taking the price here. Price will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So here i3, if it is greater than 275, then it will print f.close. Clear? So you go through all the questions, see these answers, pause the video, write it, and prepare yourself for your exam. So copies I have already seen. You have written it nicely. Now this is also correct. This one is wrong. Actually, this one should be grouped by. So this one is your wrong. Next is correct. Then here under flow, yes, this method only I was telling. Directly using error.pop, you can store in A and you can return it. So this is the best answer. Now here layout, you have shown here star. So you write here star layout. Bus also you make it here. It is easy, only with the distance you have to make it. So bus also you make it. Star topology, correct. This will be broadband. Third one will be broadband. Repeaters, actually 100 meters we were using in that. So these days, so we don't require here a repeater. All right. Then next one, hub in all the wings. At the server, no, in all the wings. Hub will be in all the wings. So this one you correct it, all the wings you write it. Yes. Now next is, this is radio waves, correct. Now order by amount descending, correct. This is correct. This was join, this was group by, this is here where clause you haven't written. So write here the where clause. Next, import CSV, the last answer. So this one, all right. So you have understood how to write it and what all questions will be asked. Solve it nicely. So this was part B. Part A, already the video I have shared with you all. I will give the link in this description box. Go through it. And if you have any doubt, then you write in comment section and discuss. So thank you.